Thank God it's Friday, and today, the January 12th, 2024. I hope you are all ready for the weekend. Yes, many will be actually putting things together. Wow, finally, first week in the children's session, and we are going on this beautiful weekend. It's good to see you. It's good to have you. A beautiful morning to you, to your home, to your station, to wherever you're hearing and listening to us and watching us from. My name is Adejoke Adubik David, and it's been a splendid time working with this beautiful, delectable lady right here with me. Joy Girl, how are you?
Good morning. I love the color prints you're on, Miss.
I love this bling bling that is blinking
Good
from
morning.
you.
Good morning, viewers. It's a good day and a good time to be on Family and Values. Happy weekend. Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah.
Yes, we are gradually entering into the weekend. And for some of us, we are going to be unwinding and doing a whole lot of shaking off the stress of the week.
Actually, let's just say the weekend is actually a very good time to wine and dine, relax if you want, and also find time to put some things in place. Even in the home,
week.
Like the moms now. You see them putting everything together. First week, oh, these children's first time.
You understand.
You know, the rest are like, wow, how was this week and everything.
Yeah.
You know, they want to put certain things together.
But do you know that it is actually from next week, most mothers will get themselves, they'll get the balance. They'll use this weekend to actually
adjust and
put
their
one or
time
two things
together
in place and get themselves off their feet.
Even the kitchen will be in total disorder.
In fact, you don't want to go towards the kitchen.
Rooms.
So generally, this weekend, I think for most mothers or parents or couples, it's going to be time of cleaning, trying to sort the kids. Okay, you know, you put this one in place. So it's really going to be a time of arranging. But in the midst of that, find time to relax. That's what I would say.
Yeah, find time to relax. When you are tired, just put it aside for a while and find a little space for yourself. Always find a me time, irrespective of how the house looks like. Yes, that's
this year. Be intentional with yourself, your well-being, your mental health, everything that has to do with you. Be intentional. You know, Family and Values, from the beginning of this year, we've told you and taught you how you will start your year on the right mode. Okay, today promises to be another interesting topic, and we'll try as much as possible not to break the table. Because the topic today is one that I'm sure when we unveil it, you would want to send in your comments, your contribution. Don't forget, we are streaming across all our social media platforms. Download the Galaxy mobile app so that you can watch us on the go. Go to our Facebook, our YouTube channel, go to our Instagram page, go to our X channel. Check everything and put on your notification button so that you will not miss everything. And of course, the numbers displayed on the screen, please and please, they are for text messages. Do not call. We will not pick the calls. If you're sending your text messages, we'll answer your questions and give you the right answer. On that note, my name is Joy Abu. We'll go for a quick mini feature, pardon me, so that you have an idea into today's topic. We will be right back. So Lori will introduce our guest.
Do women really want? If you are wondering what women want in a man, then you are not alone. Most guys can't figure it out. If you want to know how to make women swan, then listen to this carefully. A lot of men are pretty confused about what women want in a man. They think that it's not easy, or in fact, that it's borderline impossible to please or make a woman happy. At least, that's what many men who have been burned by love in the past think. Pleasing a woman isn't just about catering to her whims and serving her every want. In reality, understanding what women want from men is all about realizing what it takes to be a good man and even better company. It really is that easy. If you can understand what it takes to become a better man, you will find that that is all it takes to make a woman happy. A good man who cares enough to better himself. The problem is every woman is different and have different needs. After all, no two women want the exact same thing. But we will still tell you the general characteristics the women are looking for, and it all comes down to simple things. But it's always the simple things that are the hardest, isn't it? Especially when you don't realize just how important the little things are. When a man believes in himself, knows who he is, and knows what he wants, it's very appealing to a woman, and is usually something she can tell simply from the attitude he exudes. When a man is honest and trustworthy, he's instantly becoming more appealing to a woman. Having integrity means acting virtuously and having a strong moral character. Women desire a man who is honorable, fair, and ethical. Women want a man they can open up to, whether it's having a bad day at the office or in regards to their deepest hopes and fears. Having empathy means that you are able to understand another person's point of view and can sympathize with what they are going through. Women are highly interested in a man who has the ability and desire to show care and concern for others too. Women desire a man who is emotionally honest and forthright rather than a man who is cut off and emotionally unavailable. You don't need to be a stand-up comedian or a comedy writer to capture a woman's affection or attention, but having the ability to goof off, joke around, and have a sense of humor is highly appealing. If he is dependable, truthful, genuine, and speak from his heart, he's a guy who is worth pursuing, as people can take him at his words. All this and more are what women want, but the question is, what do women really want? Every woman needs these three things: self-esteem, self-love, and self-confidence.
Okay, thank God it's Friday. You can see me dancing and bouncing. It's all about women this morning. What do women really want? If you are not seated, please find a seat and just make sure you have something like biscuits, a nice crunchy, something you can munch, and a cup of tea, next to you, because we're going to be discussing what do women really want. That's our topic this morning. And to be doing justice to that, we have our guest in the house, BC. I call her Omotuntun Jojolo. You understand? But her name is BC Ojolo, and she's a family and life counselor, a relationship expert, and marriage mentor. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning, ma'am.
You can see she's
Good morning, Team Natural. Today we are doing Team Natural.
Ben.
All the same.
Ben.
You look beautiful.
I call her Omotuntun Jojolo. You say I said Jojolo. Though her name is Ojolo, but I love that Omotuntun. She looks so.
You actually got the meaning. That's the meaning.
Hey.
You see? Your advice is really coming
It's
up.
so good to have you, ma'am.
It's
And
so
I love the
genuine.
way you are just smiling.
Thank
And
you.
you know, people
natural
like this, by the time
simplicity.
they are 50 and 60, they'll
You
still be
not
looking
know.
like this.
They'll not be cheating those of us on the big
So
side.
please don't change your skin. Please look natural for once in life. Let us enjoy this goodness
I
that
like the
God has
natural
given to
skin
us.
breed.
So these are the things women want, actually, but some will want extra. So this morning we're looking at what do women really want. Now, what do you think a man generally thinks about a woman when it comes to what they need?
Okay, thank you for having me this morning. You're looking ravishing as well.
Thank you.
Looking
Thank you.
beautiful. You know,
Gracias.
I love the perspective where we're starting from, what they really think we want. You see, a lot of men, I would say, they think that women don't even know what they want. And so because of that, from the perspective of what they want to push it or force it on the woman.
Okay.
So you tend to see them think, once I drop money, and that's why even singles, you hear them say, once you put money, so they think it is money. So once I drop money, every other thing, that takes care of it. So I think, or I believe, even from counseling, and you see men come, women complain, and they say, yeah, but I'm dropping money. So what they feel we need is money. So once I can drop money, she's fine. Once she has money, she's okay. You don't want to really go deep into the emotional side of the woman, or what, like from the intro we talked about. It's true we want different things, but there are still some things you will do that nobody will tell you, I don't want this one, I don't need this one. But sincerely, men think, oh, money, once you give them money, they are good.
Okay, now let's take it from this angle. Do you think that upbringing, societal changes is a reason for the shift in what women want, comparing the generation past and now? Because if you look at the present lady, what she wants compared to what the women in the past wanted, the difference is clear. So is it the upbringing? Is it the societal changes? What exactly has brought that shift? Or is it greed in the side of the woman that has brought that shift?
Okay, thank you for that. Sincerely, I won't say, okay, part of it might be upbringing, but for some persons, it is a societal change. A lot of things are happening in the society. People want to be, they want to be who they are not. And that's why you see social media, you show the side of you want people to see. Meanwhile, what you are inside is not really what you're projecting to people. So, besides, for some persons, the upbringing, why for a lot, it's not really the upbringing. It's just the environment, the society, what is happening now in our environment. That's why you will see, even the advice, that's why you hear some people tell you, the older people, they are old school. So there is nothing they will tell them now, they are old school.
That is relevant.
So we can't take it, it's actually irrelevant or jassy. Like they don't know what is happening. If they know what is happening, they will know that no, it's not that and all this thing. You know, I said something earlier that men think it's money. I'm telling you, some women think it's money as well. Once you give them money, even if they are dying inside, they feel money can settle whatever it is that is I'm enjoying life, you know, in quotes now. Meanwhile, some other things are dying. But truth is, societal values have not, it has, you know, it has changed and is still changing. And I'm telling you, it will keep on changing. So that is part of it. And another thing, you talk about greed, it is part of it. Human beings naturally are selfish.
Okay. Yeah.
So there is a part of us that wants some things for ourselves, me. So once you can get that thing, you don't even want to care what is happening to another person. So greed is part of it. Societal values, the changes in the environment, the people we move with, influence is another thing.
Yeah.
You know, people in our life, friendship matters. The people you move with can influence you. Is it that positively or negatively? So it's really, you know, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. So influence matters. You see some persons tell you, and this is the way they feel it should be, but a word, right or wrong, from just one person they probably respect or has been, you know, friends for a long time, they just
change the atmosphere and
you know,
the
you're
dynamics.
thinking, but you said something. I was counseling someone yesterday and she said something. It was actually this influence of a thing, you know, where they were coming from, it's different, and the person, the husband, there was a way they had discussed, and he just said he came back and he said another thing, like, what happened? And that was what wanted to cause the fight. What happened was one of his friends said something in the office, and that was what changed the agreements in the morning.
The agreements they
had in the morning. John, so influence matters, but a lot of us don't really see like that. So with this, what we want as well and what women think they want, influence matters. Some persons, I've seen someone, remember they were, you know, I think I've said it here before, they were meant to register, I mean, for one of my sessions, premarital school, thinking they would get married. But then I spoke with a lady. While we were talking, I knew some things were off, but I had the intention of just sending one of my, once they make the payment, I'll send one of my books to her to read, you know, questions you need to ask. And as if I knew, she just told her, Ma, I want to really ask you something. I know you're a lady. I said, what? And she was asking, paparazzi proposal. Like, what do I think about it? And I was like, no. Even as a counselor, I'm not meant to tell you what I think. I'm meant to facilitate you. Tell me your challenge, and we look at ways, you know, together. So I won't tell you this is the way it should be. Then if I'm doing that, I'm forcing my opinion on you, which is not supposed to be. So I have to know, I won't tell you this is what I feel about what you're saying, but then why are you asking? And she talked. And I just pushed it. I said, come, your friends did it. And she was like, my friends. I'm telling you, they didn't get married eventually. Just because our friends had, you know, one kneel on the floor proposal from a guy. That was what ended it.
I love that.
Do you understand? So values matter.
Matters a lot.
It matters a lot.
Okay, now when we're talking about value, we look at what women focused on then and what they are focusing on now, what they see, what they look at, what they propose. Can we just look at those things with you?
You know, women back then, I would say, okay, our parents, they had values. Let me put it like that. And is what is coming from their family. It was really upheld. They are not ready to really change it for anything. I won't say which Anglican, not that like they were adamant, but they were so, is it loyal to where they were coming from. And so for you to really change them will be very difficult, especially if it is something beautiful and it's not affecting anybody. It's good, but you're not the one, I mean, you're the one that is not cool with it. But we see that in our society, because of a lot of things that are fickle, that will not even last, that we, you know, depend on or we think it is. So it has changed a lot of things. Now, take for example, you are a single lady now, you're in a relationship with a guy. You know that for you, someone cheating on you is a deal breaker. But because of some things you're getting, you're saying it doesn't matter. And then you put a call through to a counselor, you're asking the counselor, please let me pray for it because I know it's the devil. That's why he's doing what he's doing. You know that if God will intervene he will stop. Him. You know, and then you're asking, who told you he's the devil? And you're saying, because you know he loves you. No, love is blind. Now you're asking what love is. What they're telling you is actually feelings, not the real thing. And feelings, that's why they will fall and you will fall again and keep falling and then you get out of it. Do you understand? But back then, there are things, even from the family, they will sit they will sit you down, you know, tell them this is not the way it's supposed to be. And you want to think about where you're coming from before you make some, you know, major decisions in your life. But today, people make decisions and they don't even want to think about what will happen. And that's something I tell people, see, your decision making can start with you, but it doesn't end with you.
Of course, it doesn't.
There are consequences. And
that rolls over to...
Exactly. To generations at times, if it's not, you know, someone doesn't cut that circuit and allow it to just stop there. So the fact is, it started with you, but it rolls over. Even probably to your children at the time, they are watching, and if care is not taken, they will practice the same thing later in life. So I think that is where the disparity is. The fact that before we had that value that parents, you can sit down, and that's why even some persons that were brought up in that generation, even till now, you see some person you think, I remember when I was in school, secondary school and boarding school, there are things my friends want to do, like probably, you know, schoolmates then, but I always say something, because I knew that my father should, hey, you don't dare. So, you know, that thing really, I won't do some things. Even till today, I'm married. But then it's not like anybody will report, but some things will still be ringing in your brain. Today, you hardly see
it's
that.
like calling you back home. Don't forget where you are. Nobody needs to even remind you. But you keep on hitting that.
And you're putting yourself in check.
Just to put you back on
Exactly.
track.
But today, you even say some things to them, and they are trying to, you know, analyze, diagnose, and do all sort of things. Meanwhile, they know these things they're saying is wrong. It's not the right thing.
Okay, now, what do women really want? Is it dependent on what a man wants for them? Or it should be a situation of what you as a woman sit down and design for yourself? Because I feel like the society of today, most ladies or this upcoming generation live their life based on what he wants. He wants it this way. He says I should do it this way. Now, and sometimes you ask yourself, what do you really want? You in the picture as a woman, what do you really want? So is it dependent on what the other gender wants for the woman, or what a woman should sit down and say, this is what I want for myself?
Okay, let me start with this. Now, let's say BC now, I'm meant to make a certain decision. And I asked you for probably help or to assist me. You've helped me in your own way, the way you can help. It's left to me to take the advice or to drop it. Because reality is whatever happens after probably I might have done what you told me, I will be the one to bear it. So what I'm trying to say is, even if it is an opinion from the person or they are suggesting do this or this is what you want, it's still left to you to know what is right for you to do. So that will bring me back to the fact that no, it doesn't have to be, it's not even meant to be what the other person wants. It has to be what you want.
What you want as a lady.
As a lady.
It's your decision.
It's your decision to make. It's your life to live. And that's why, see, this thing starts from, you talk about self-care. You know, part of self-care is self-love. A lot of persons, they don't have self-love, they don't have self-worth. Do you understand? And so because that worth is not there, anybody
they want validation from anybody.
So if you're a lady that wants that, and that's why you can see parenting now, we tell parents, see, please try, especially girl child, validate them. Let them, especially teenagers, you know, they're trying to fit in the environment and all those things. So try to validate them. Let them know that they are beautiful. Let them know that they are good. You know, they are enough. Fine, you need people in your life. Definitely we need relationship to thrive, to be good. Do you understand? But then you don't depend on people to be who you are meant to be. So it has to be what you want as a lady, not what one guy will project on you and say, oh, because this is what I want, you must take it. No. You should have values. You should have what your life depends on. You should have where you're going. You should understand who you are. Self-awareness is very, very important.
Yeah,
so when you know who you are, you know where you're going, you know the route you will take to get to where you're going, then you will know the things you need to get to where you're going. So people will not just come, or a guy will not just come and tell you, oh, because you're in a relationship, so you must take this, or this is what I think you need.
Okay, we are still talking about what do we want as women? What do you want as a woman? Okay, we'll be going for this break, and let's see our word on marble, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, welcome back. It's still Family and Values, and we've been talking about what do women really want. What do you think your wife wants? What do you think your mom wants? What do you think that your grown-up daughter, what do you think she wants? It's a big question. We've been talking with our beautiful, wonderful, natural babe here. She's a babe for me. BC has been doing a great job, okay? And I want to ask, yes, sometimes men are carried away by asking, is it about the simplest thing? Is it the simplest thing? Can we say, even though it's the simplest things, but they don't even know it. No. But as men, they just want to, this woman is big, she would like something gigantic. So what do you think, or how do you think men can come into realization and understand that this is what women really want?
Okay, so generally, if you're saying generally, we have generally, then we can bring it down to the fact that if you're talking about husband and wife, there is something I usually tell couples. You should be a student of your spouse, meaning you should be teachable. Now, your friend can tell you, my wife told me to get this thing for her. That doesn't mean you should go ahead and get the same thing for your own wife. She might not want it. Okay. So, but when you are a student of your spouse, both male and female now, you are able to sit down. There are things I do to my husband. I remember the first time I did that, it was like, she won't complain. I said, no, you're not complaining. I just feel we should do this check. Like I always ask him, how do you think we are doing? Okay, what can I do to make you feel better? You know, all those questions. And the first time he found it like it was weird. I was like, no, it's not weird. It's just normal. Because if I think, okay, I'm a counselor, I'm telling people, they're telling me, no, what are you? That is not what you want. So that is the first thing. Men, you can ask. That's why you're a couple. Ask your spouse, what do they want? But one thing is, you know, it's certain for everybody. Nobody detests attention. And you see, attention is basic to all. It might be very simple. It might like she said, the simplest of all things. Attention might be from she's in the kitchen cooking, and you're just standing by. You're not even the one cooking. You're standing by, you're just gisting, you know, watching her do her thing. Even though you enter the kitchen, you pick a piece of meat and you know you chew.
That's what they are fond of doing.
Exactly, what I'm telling you.
And they're assisting you near.
I know that's assistance.
That's assistance.
But you know, she's good because at least the fact that you're there, not like the man that will just sit in the, you know, in the living room, you know, pressing phone or probably watching football, and you don't even care what the other person, you know, burning in the kitchen with the heat and everything is going through. So attention, every woman wants attention. I don't know if I should say I want to be corrected, but I think it's the truth. Every woman needs attention.
Women love pampering and attention.
Pampering, no, it's from attention.
From attention.
See, if the affection we talk about, if there is no attention, there won't be affection.
At all.
If there is no attention, there won't be communication. If there is no attention, there won't be this thing. Even she's saying you're dropping money. That's why you say women, oh, fine, you're dropping money, but you're still looking for that person that is ready to sit down to talk with her. Do you understand? So attention, it's very important. So don't say, I am dropping money. I usually go to work. You must have time. One was asking me, quality. I said, no, see, quality and quantity in here is very important because you don't even know which one will work. It might be that thing you think is quality or quantity. That quantity might be just that you check up and down, or probably you're in the office and you're thinking about, you just pick your phone, send a message, or you call. Do you understand? It matters. She would feel like, oh, even in the midst of your business, you still remember that someone is somewhere. Do you understand? So attention is very important. And so attention shouldn't be because you're looking for something, because what we've seen is some women now, even when their men is paying attention at home, it feels like it's because something wants to happen. And so, Oga, stop that thing. You know, stop
even men too.
They are used to it.
And men too, if you try to start doing
what do you
want, how much? And you know, but if it is something we have been doing that's been part of us, we'll understand that we're not looking for anything.
So now, are you trying to say that what women want has been narrowed or summarized into financial gain, in quotes or unquote? And secondly, there was a time we were having a discussion and I said something. I said, women cheat with emotions. And that's boiled down to this attention we are talking about. So when you say, what do women want? Men will come out and say, oh, no, all they need is money. Now that's what I'm asking. Is it that men have summarized what women want all to financial benefit? All the, no. Whatever she's doing, it boils down to money. If she calls you in the morning, afternoon, evening, the next thing you're asking is, what is the problem? Or what do I need to buy on my way back? So is it that they are already, or is it because women have not in the past been checking up on them, and that is why they feel like, or for every time they check up on them, there is a demand made? You know, it's something to check up on someone, and then for every time you're checking up, you're placing a demand. So the men for are already feeling like that is all you people want. So
sincerely, you are very correct. Like, I was in a group one time, and men were, you know, they were given the opportunity. One of them was like, she cannot test me without saying buy bread. She can't ask how are you without saying get this. So they are used to it. Even when you're trying to whatever, they feel whatever the end result is, will still be, let me drop something. So they've made up mind to think until they drop something, nothing will happen. And that's why the main things are not even there again. Like you're talking about, a woman cheated, we're talking, and so her, and truly it's emotion. They will even tell you there is nothing. So when we do that, they will tell you there is nothing. Because what she's looking for at that point is someone that can just sit down and listen. But then you're here, I understand, sir, you're tired. But that 5 minutes of your time to just hear that apropos from your wife will not be so difficult. And you know,
and women love to gossip.
I'm telling you. And you know, there are times she won't ask you to repeat it. Even if what she's saying, you didn't even, you know, you are just smiling. You are smiling. That smile alone is something. Because she feels you're with her. She feels you're with her. So they think it's the financial gain once I drop money. And so it has really eroded a lot of things. And that's not the truth. Women want more than the money. The money is good. The money too is beautiful. It's a
very
good. Drop
good.
The money.
Drop the money.
But then do the main thing.
Have the attention.
Okay, I want to ask this. Women, married women most especially, where do you think their husband, what do you think their husband needs to do to understand how, what they want? What do husbands need to do or need to know to be able to get or to understand? Because sometimes when you're in a relationship 5 years, 10 years down the line, you may not still know what your wife wants. So what do you think they can do to be able, do they need to ask, my love, what do you really want for this Christmas? Is it just, you said asking, you talked about the attention, you said the student of your spouse, but let's come to reality. Let's mention those things that they really need to do for them to know.
You know, truth is, it still boils down to asking. You can't go wrong with asking.
What if you want to surprise your partner?
If you want to I will still get there. Okay. Because I think something is wrong if you've stayed together for even 2 years, a year, and you can't see at least this one thing. No. Then I'm telling you, they are drifting. Wrong. They are drifting. I'm telling you, they are drifting. Because if you've been asking, first year you ask. Even if my husband is doing it, we go fight. Oh, you ask me first year. Second year you won't ask
And
again.
you're not. At least you should stylish. You should know what I
Maybe
want to
maybe he
surprise
wants
me.
You know
to
that-
do something differently.
You should
Something
still know.
You should know. That's why I want to say something. At times, even it's not from you asking. There are times you are gisting, and she just chipped in something. The first day you talk about this thing, your wife talked about it. A week after you were discussing this particular thing, she has spoken about it for 3-4 times, and you're telling me she doesn't want it. Cool, they will give you cue, I'm telling you. So you don't even need to say, hey, my dear, what do you want? Say that, what do you want? No. There are times on what she's been saying, you know that, oh. And when you get it, we are women now, and we love surprises. So I'm telling you, that is another thing without asking, even if you don't want to ask. And if you've been together for a year, 2 years, no, you should know things you will get or things you will do for your spouse, and she will appreciate it. But if a year, 2, 3, you don't know, then they are drifting. There is an underlying issue. That means there is no connection. Because, and that's why we're talking about attention. What will bring the connection is the attention. I'm not talking about sex now. I'm talking about real intimacy. I'm talking about real romance, because a lot of persons feel when we talk intimacy, romance is sex. No. I'm talking about the real thing. Intimacy. You're seeing into each other. Do you understand? So, asking is one. Then trying to get a clue from your wife whenever you're discussing, you're talking, there are things she's been hammering. And there are times, even probably you have a group of friends that you talk together, and the woman, one of your wife's friends is saying something like, and we're talking, she said, I've seen cases like that. The man surprised the wife, and he got the idea from the friends.
The friend.
Do you understand? And that's why you need to have good circle around you, circle of, friends that, you're together. So he asked, and he said, oh, she has talked about this before. She said she wanted this, and she was like, what she could, you could get, what you could afford. You just told some persons, organize these things for her, and, she was blown because they brought it to the office. And so, like, for the first time.
But, sometimes when you mention things like that you want, some men just wave it aside. This woman said, you don't know my salary, you don't know how much I get, what is the meaning of this? You understand. Okay, that's why let me allow you then.
To the part of, what if you now place a demand that is way beyond
the
man?
Now.
Because now, a woman would hold her phone and she's complaining and she's saying, I saw this particular new product of phone from this brand. And the man has googled and seen the price. She has said it once. She has said it to the total. And you're looking at your pockets.
You just be waving it aside. Ignore that one.
And you know that the way this woman is hitting on this thing,
she wants me
this
to
man
get
wants
it.
this thing.
And I can't
For
afford
those
it.
kind of women that want things that are way beyond their husband's reach, how do you please them? How do you come to terms with? Because there are some women that if you give them something that is below what they want, they'll reject it.
Now, I said something when she talked the other time. See, when some things are happening in marriage, it is because we have issues. Now, if I know that, and that's why, let me start with this. That's why I usually tell men, all these don't be open to women. They will do this. Be open. It is if you're not keeping how much you have away from your wife, I don't think any reasonable, in quote, woman will ask you for what you cannot afford. At times you see women ask for these things because even they don't know. A guy is living like a big man. She doesn't know what she has, he has in his account. She doesn't know what he could actually afford. And probably he's always been trying to please her. Never opened up about maybe the salary itself is 100,000 a month. And this woman wants something of 500,000 naira. And you know that, no, this is like how many months salary before you're able to get it. But assuming you've been open, no sane person, I think, will now come and say, okay, iPhone 15 Pro Max. When she knows that they don't get land, say, for village. Do you understand? So it's when they don't know at times that they do that. Then another side to it is some women are not wicked, but because of some things happening, they make demands anyhow. I've seen cases like that. And when she was like, because she was sending money to his family. He was sending money rather to his family. And that was why she just came up. She said she knew that they couldn't afford these things. Later, she now, the man out there, maybe, actually, she took loan from the office to please his own family. So because of that, she felt, I think you are now rich now. She now started making demands. It was during that time she now, you now have to confess like, okay, I actually took loan from the office. And you didn't tell me. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying. Even with, can we call that wickedness? Maybe it's just like, let me show him.
I think it was to put the man on
maybe,
check.
maybe he's leaving us unattended to and is focusing on his family.
Exactly. And you're telling me there is no money, and you're telling me you don't have money. And now I have needs. But because I know what you can afford, I've been trying to be this understanding wife, this good wife. I've been loyal to you, but then you think some other persons are more important than I am. So let me place my demand. So I think for both, all things being equal, I don't think any woman that knows that because it's family finance now, if we see it like that, we have projects. Nobody wants to be 10 and 10 and 10 and 10. You want to build your own house. Our children too, at least the best of school we can afford, they should be able to attend that school. There are things we want to grow too, in our career.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So that is why we talk about families coming together, your vision, sit down together, talk about it. So that you will know that yes, any money that comes in, we have projects. We are building ourselves. Once in a while too, we want to spoil ourselves as well. So if you're doing these things together, it will be hard for any woman to place a demand that knows that the family finance will not be able to, cater to.
Okay, let's put finance a little bit to one side now. Yes, we've talked about finance. I'm looking at what do women really want when it comes to family environment, the activity that goes on from, okay, my husband is married to only me, and my mother-in-law is coming, and all women, we have been tagged. Some don't want their mother-in-laws, but I don't want to believe in that because it doesn't go for everyone, just few. Let me put it that way. Now, you have this responsibility as a woman, and your husband believes that, okay, I know you will help or assist. Just like we're talking about family, extended family now. The first primary responsibility is through your own family first, then before you look at the extended family. And because of the demand of the extended family, the woman is now coming in to look at it as too much burden on the husband, or the husband is actually neglecting those things that he has to do. So how do we put this together? Because now, what do women really want? I've satisfied you. I have given you everything your children want. But now it's a bit difficult for me to relate or to extend, even spend time with my own family. You always want me to be with just our first primary responsibility. What can we say what women want is just about being selfish or being greedy?
Okay, I won't say women now. We can say some women.
Thank you.
Some. Because it's just like, I think she talked about it from the beginning too. It's some women. It's greed. It's
greed.
And it's selfishness as well.
Okay.
If you know that your husband is coming from somewhere,
okay,
before you met him, when you met him, he has family, he even has friends. Not just the family now. Do you understand? And so you're not saying it should be only you. It shouldn't be. Once he has truly attended to you, he has done what he needs to do. Not that the attention is not giving you, but then the little he needs to give the family, you should give the family. And that is why you need to, even in the first place, you need to see his family as your family. Do you understand? If I'm seeing my husband's family as my family and he's seeing my family as his own family, we won't have issues. So if he do what he needs to do in the house, I won't have issue with you're going to do for some person.
Like, you only want me. Is it all about me?
It's
blah, 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 blah,
it's
blah,
a self-centeredness.
You talk and talk and talk. But you are my husband first, and I need you. That kind of...
He came from somewhere too.
So are you now trying to say that most women are being selfish?
Not most, some women
are being
I can
selfish,
say it, yes,
right?
with beating my chest. I've seen a lot of it.
But when you are far away from me now, why won't I require that?
And even, do you know that, sorry ma'am, do you know that even some of the men are not even far? But it's just because, let me say, it's just because that's not what you're saying. I didn't want to, you know,
Yeah,
I don't want to,
I want, yeah.
it's because they have issues with their mother-in-law.
Thank you for going there.
No, why I didn't want to go there? Because I know it is broad. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
that's broad.
But I
In a
wanted you to
relationship,
mention in
no,
what
that
you
is
want.
it.
Yeah.
I just want to go there before. It's because, check very well, they have issues with, it's not because it's going, no. If they are at good power with the mother, they will be fine. But check, it's because some of them have issues with the mother-in-law.
Or the
you know,
husband's
it's
family.
not, or the husband's family, yeah,
generally.
Maybe the mother self, no, at times, you know, women now, could, some women or mother-in-laws could do something, sister-in-laws could do something.
Yeah.
So if she's having issues with them, lie.
Now, let's
won't
take
want
it
to.
from this side. What do women want when they are operating a distance relationship? We've talked about attention, we've talked about communication. Now, this is a couple operating a distance relationship. One is in one country and the person is, and then the only communication they have is their phones or the pages, Instagram or whatever. Now, for such a man, how does he get to understand what his wife wants? Or is he going to assume that, okay, because now there's sometimes to say, over the phone communication is different from one-on-one. Because facial expression, I could be saying I want something over the phone, but I'm not serious, I'm laughing. So you're thinking, it's a waiver. But if I'm talking to you and I'm saying, this is what I want, you would understand. So for people that operate a distance relationship, how does the man understand that this is what my wife wants, or this is what I should do to please my wife?
See, firstly, I pray for people like that, sincerely, God will help them to come together. Truth is, even the way marriage should be, it's meant to be for companionship. And you said something about the communication thing. You know, there is a way I'll be talking. And you will know that what I am saying, I'm not disrespecting you. Because you're seeing me. And there's a way it will sound to you on the phone. You will think, what you have just said. I'm talking about something that just happened this yesterday, one counseling issue I had yesterday with a couple. Yeah, it was actually, she said something. And she was like, no, I didn't sound anyhow. And the guy was like, no, there was a way you sounded. Assuming they were together, you would have known that it's just normal. Maybe while she was even saying, she was even laughing. And do you understand? That's why I always tell them, see, there is a way I define companionship, because they see companionship is as much as possible. Live in the same country if it is possible. In the same house if it is possible. Do you understand? There is a way it will help you. Because distance relationship is very, very taxing. Very, very taxing. You're still seeing yourself, you're having arguments, you're having issues, there are conflicts, let alone on the phone. Let alone, even at times, the woman, if you check very well, a lot of them want to be with their husbands. But because one was so, okay, I took a premarital session yesterday, and they are still single, but I think the guy is outside Nigeria. And so she knew that maybe for now, even if they come and they get married, she's not going to meet. And she was asking some questions. And I was like, so as much as possible, it won't even help you, because I've seen one. The lady is still, I think their marriage is like close to 80 years now.
Wow.
Yes. She's still here. She has a child. And so whenever the guy comes around, it's just to come, let me impregnate, but then if it doesn't work,
We'll go back.
we'll go back. Do you understand? I think they're like going to 80 years. And whenever we talk, she will always have one like her. There are times I cry at night. I said, I know it's not easy. I think after their wedding, the guy only stayed maybe a month or so. And so since then, he has not come to Nigeria to stay a month. Do you understand? So that is tasking. But then one thing they can do too is still communication. Because they can't see one-on-one. They can't see. It is to be, now the communication I will now say is for them to now be intentional about the way they talk. Now, maybe before they go married, they build something. And that's why we say trust is really basic, you know. So if you trust each other, you should know that she won't do this, he won't do this. So all those little fight on the phone that you could fight and you don't talk to yourself for 1 week, that one self is trouble. I've seen that. And yeah, we have not spoken for like, I think 2 weeks at the time they...
Wow.
Yeah. And what happened? Little things. Something little like that. And he was like, no, I can't take it. You can't take it. You were on the phone. You could not even tell me, oh, this was the way it happened. But you felt, he said, I felt, you felt. So you're acting unfelt in Nigeria. Do you understand? So it is still about communication. What will help them? Distance relationship, they have to be intentional. Phone call, WhatsApp call, any way they know they can communicate, they should communicate. And they were talking about gift as well. Nobody hates gifts. As much as possible. Both the man and the woman. Whoever you know can help you drop it in Nigeria, drop. Maybe the way he is to try to, you know, anything you know you can do to just keep the connection, to enhance your relationship, you have to do. Because if you're not doing, you are apart already. If care is not taken, you keep drifting. Resentment can come in. It might be one little argument and you don't talk. If you don't talk, what happened? You know, different voices will be telling you, do you know that why he spoke to you like that was because there is a girl beside him? Do you know that she talked like that because there is something? And you're saying, hey, I knew it too now. You're talking with your inner man. I knew it, yes, it is true. It was because of that lady. He even did something last week, I just overlooked it. And you'll be dwelling on what did not even happen.
In 1 minute, can you just wrap up with your final advice to our viewers at home?
All right, thank you. So finally, what I want to say to men is this, because all we're discussing is what we want. I said something. The first thing, very important, is attention. Because with attention, you'll be able to get the affection. Because with attention, you're together. You'll be able to respect her opinion. She's talking, you understand where she's coming from. You're able to communicate intentionally. You're able to communicate vulnerably. You're able to communicate openly. And you're able to know that, oh, this is what he's saying. So you're together. Spend time together. Both the quality, we say quality, yes. Even the quantity. The little you can chip in at times, chip it in. You're in the office, try to call, try to send a message, and see how things can work in your marriage. And again, if you don't know, try to ask. You can't go wrong asking your spouse what they really want or what they really need. I'm telling you, it really helps your marriage and you will enjoy a union. God bless you.
Okay,
Thank
Joy.
you very, very much. It's been an interesting one with you. And please, we want to apologize to our Zoom guest, Adebukola, family coach, relationship expert. We are sorry for the audio today. He was really prepared to give us his own side from the manly side of what do women really want. We are truly sorry on behalf of myself and the Olori family and values. We are saying we are sorry. And please, we'll still get you back again on the show for you to share your knowledge with us. Well, my name is Joy Abu and it's weekend, so I'll be seeing you on Monday.
Okay, to Adebukola, you heard it all. We're so sorry we couldn't join this conversation, but we're looking forward to having you. My name is Adejoke Adobe David, and I want to tell you that what we want is so simple. Like Aremotobi told us here, that women, you should treat them like queens that they are, and you will love to be around them, and they always love to be with you. So on that note, make sure you do something special this weekend, something unique to your loved one, to your partner, to your mom, to your wife, to your daughter, to your son, and to your husband. And I'm sure it's going to go a long way. On behalf of everyone that we have run this week with, from our beautiful, delectable Blossom, our producer, to our Oga Patapata, President Steve Ojo, and everyone in the house, we want to say a big thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of this week with us. We hope next week will be another wonderful one. Have a splendid weekend. Bye for now.